Hey guys, today I bring you the annual Golden Vanities. For those of you, which there are a lot of you, who joined my channel subscriber list this year, which case thank you for hopping on board. But these are my year-end favorites. That's what I call them in honor of my blog. Always linked below. I actually haven't made a blog post in a while, so probably wouldn't be worth your time to check right now, but yeah, that's where the name comes from. But anyway, this will be my third year doing these, and I think this year I actually was a lot easier to pick products because as I was going through, I realized I used a lot of the same products like frequently, so it wasn't like as hard. So a lot of these, I think today's video will go quicker because I have talked about these all so much that I just don't feel the need to go into too much detail. I mean, I'll give you obviously the good idea, but besides that, yeah. Anyway, how I do these is for every category, like, you know, foundation, eyeshadow, whatever. For most of them, I have a winner and an honorable mention. Some of them I don't have any, some I only have one, and then for stuff like eyeshadow, blush, lip products, sometimes I have a few just because I wanted to, like, give a mention to everything I wanted to give mention to, and that's more than one. So I'm definitely more of like an eyeshadow and eyeliner junkie than like face products. So anyway, I want to not make this intro too long, so let us go ahead and jump in. We'll start with the face products that I loved for 2013. So let's start with the foundation of your makeup look, which is foundation. I didn't wear foundation every day or anything. I did last year, I feel like, wear a lot more foundation, so this year it was definitely very easy to pick because there's only really one that I like for day-to-day wear, which is the Revlon COLORSTAY for normal to dry skin. This is a really great foundation, very light on the skin, doesn't feel like you're wearing a whole lot, so I highly recommend it. My honorable mention goes to actually the one that I've been wearing more, because I haven't really been wearing foundation day to day, but for nighttime I really love this one because that one, one of the reasons I kind of stopped liking it quite as much was because I realized it really flashed back in photos. So for night, I like to wear the COLORSTAY Whipped Cream Foundation. Once again, in Sand Beige is the color. And this one, I just recommend taking a little and really buffing it on your skin because it is very thick. But I haven't really talked about it a lot, but this is my second jar, and I use so little that I don't go through it very fast. So I love this for special events and such when I don't want to wear that because it flashes back like a lot. So like this a lot. Now on to concealer. My very favorite is by far the Maybelline Instant Azure Wine Eraser Dark Circles. I went through one of these in Fair. This one is in Brightener. I don't actually go through these that fast, so I've been using it since February, but I've only gone through one full one. And I do use this every day. Like, even when I'm wearing no other makeup, I usually will wear this, and I just like to put it on the inner corner of my eye and like down my nose just to brighten everything up. It really is great, and I feel like now even if I wear another concealer, I will wear this one under it. My honorable mention goes to the Fit Me concealer, also by Maybelline. I just really love this one for when I want a more full coverage under the eyes. I don't really recommend this for blemishes. I find it kind of flashes back because it is a creamier finish. But I really do love this one. I don't go for it that often because I don't have huge dark circles, but I do still really love this, and I think it's a great drugstore concealer. Maybelline really wins at concealer in my book. I do have one standout powder that I definitely was like, this is the by far winner. This is the Maybelline Instant Azure Wine. Mine has tape on it because it broke. Not a favorite, but the rest is great. It's their Perfector, which is a powder with primer inside, and this one was in shade medium. I say was because bye-bye, it's gone. So that's how you know it's great. I don't finish products all that much. But yeah, I really love this powder. I think I'll definitely repurchase it. Definitely one of my top picks I've ever used. And my favorite way to wear this actually was not even over foundation. I really love to just wear this with some concealer, and that's my finished look. So it's great, and I love it. Recently I've started using different powder under my eyes. This is actually technically a bronzer. I consider it a highlight, but I like to use it just to set my under eyes and down my bridge my nose, and I find it really gives me a great glowy appearance throughout the day. I'm wearing it there right now. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in Reserve Your Cabana. It does have a slight shimmer, but I don't find it super apparent, and I just really like to wear it under my eyes and such. So kind of a not so typical type way to use this, but I really like it, and use that most days. An honorable mention I have is a powder that I, again, like the COLORSTAY Whipped Cream Foundation, I use these two together at night, so it's not something I use that often, but I really like the way this appears in like photos and stuff because it really gives you a flawless finish. And it's pretty finely milled, so I can wear it over that kind of thick foundation without looking too cakey. This is the Almay Nearly Naked Loose Powder. Mine is in light medium. It's actually a little dark for me right now because it is pigmented enough that you don't want to have a color that's too dark. So I think I'll go down a shade for the winter, but really like this. So I highly recommend it. I've never really heard anyone talking about it, but it's a really nice loose powder. I don't really have a bronzer to talk about. I've tried 3 different bronzers this year, and the most recent one I've been trying I do like, but I only just started using it. The other 2, I liked them, but I wouldn't call them, like, I'm not going to talk about them because I don't feel like I have anything truly spectacular in that category. So I'm going to skip bronzer. Let me know what your favorite bronzer is below. I'm on search for a really great bronzer. But as far as blush, my ultimate favorite would have to be e.l.f.'s Tickled Pink. It's a peachy pink. I'm wearing it right now. I really like this, especially when I was still blonde, because I didn't like a heavy blush look. I actually like a heavier blush look now that my hair is darker, but still a great everyday blush. It can literally go with every single look you ever have. So, and it's $3, so I love this so much. Definitely recommend it, and I've used it in countless tutorials for you guys. An honorable mention that I actually really did use quite a lot throughout the year. Like, I've been using it since March or something, so it's been used periodically throughout the year. This is the Balm's Frat Boy. It's similar to the last one, just a little more pink to it, quite a bit more pigmented as well. It's a really great blush, lasts all day as well, and I want to try more of these Balm blushes, especially their in stain ones. I'm curious about those, but this is a really great everyday type like that one. It can really go with a lot of different looks. I especially love it when I'm not wearing a lot of other makeup because it just brightens everything up nicely. And the last one, actually, I've had this blush for a very long time, but I only really started liking it when my hair got dark. When I made my hair dark, I started using this, and except for tutorial days, I've used this every day this month. This is the Wet n Wild blush in Heather Silk. It's a very true pink, and I just really think it complements dark hair. So if you're somebody with dark hair and lighter skin, I recommend this. I mean, I know blonde people who like it too, but personally I like it with dark hair. So Heather Silk has recently been used a lot by me, so I thought it deserved a mention. That is all for my face products. Let's move on to eyes. For bases, you know I love the color tattoos. I think they've been in favorites the past 2 years for sure. Still loving my One and Bath the Bronze. I don't have it with me to mention, but my favorite this year, and also new this year, would have to be Inked in Pink. I think this can go with a lot of different neutral looks as well as more colorful ones. And especially, I think the pink color really brightens up the eyes nicely, and it really goes well with one of the eyeshadows a lot of the eyeshadows I'm going to mention, but especially one of the infallibles I have. So love that base. For tutorials as well as more dramatic looks, I absolutely adore this, and you probably know what it is because I've been using it obsessively for my fall and winter tutorials. This is the Rimmel Scandalize in Bad Girl Bronze. It's a really, really warm bronze color. It's literally that color, very pigmented. Pencil form, so it's a little harder, I feel like, because you have to like wipe it, blend it out, and it doesn't get quite as even of a coverage on there. But I really do love this, and I haven't noticed a whole lot of creasing with it, but I haven't really ever worn it a full day. I've only worn it like for a couple hours, so I don't know about that, but I really do love this base. As far as more like small palettes, or rather individual colors within palettes, or just individual colors, I have quite a few to mention. That's kind of more my thing because I like to mix it up like every day, so I really have a lot of individual type eyeshadows. I'll go ahead and start with like my drugstore picks. This Wild Silent Treatment Trio. It goes like that actually, but really I only like one color out of this, but they're so cheap that it's kind of worth it even for one color. It's this purpley color. I've heard it's either like a Shale by MAC dupe or Satin Taupe dupe. It's one of those things I reach for when I'm not really sure what I want to wear on my eyes because it really does look good with my eye. A second quad that I have that I really only use actually two colors out of is this CoverGirl Quad in Goldmine. I've talked about this to death as well. I especially recommend it for this warm brown, which I love to wear with that Bad Girl Bronze color. But I also really like this peachy color as a transition shade. But one that I love for an all-over wash when I don't want to wear a whole lot of eye makeup is this color. It's the Amber Rush. It's one I've had since early 2012, so definitely been with me for a while. I love it over Inked in Pink. One of my favorite looks for real quick is Inked in Pink, this bad boy, and some mascara, because this really brings out my eyes without having to wear eyeliner and stuff. So it's really quick and easy and really gorgeous metallic peachy color. The Kiss My Sass eyeshadow, you know, I got a bunch of these. The only one that really stood out to me as being amazing is Sweet Dreams. It's a grayish purple. I do like all of them, but this one is by far my favorite. Through the Crease, I used that so many times this year. It really, again, brings out my eye color nicely. Pretty much all my favorites are going to be ones that bring out my eye color. I do recommend checking out Kiss My Sass Cosmetics. It's kmscosmetics.com. I recommend checking those out for some fun, loose eyeshadows, and especially Sweet Dreams I would definitely say is a must-have, so check that out if you're looking for a purpley crease color. You know me, Urban Decay obsessed. I can't really not talk about them. The one eyeshadow that will probably always be a favorite for me is Suspect. It's from the Naked 2 palette or the Roller Girl palette, and I think this color is the perfect color just to put on your lid. It really is so gorgeous. I use it a lot, and yet I still feel like I should use it more. Such a gorgeous eyeshadow. I've said so much about it in the past. It's so pretty. Toasted. I use Toasted all of the time. It's a pinky bronzy color from Naked 1, and I really just love it so much. I think it's the perfect color to put all over your lid for a more intense look that really just is so flattering. So flattering. And the other one I have, and actually this was part of my Easy Breezy Sultry look that I put up over the summer. That was one of my favorite looks I created all year for myself. And the other eyeshadow was Too Faced Sitcom Siren. I didn't bring it home with me. I have it at school. I forgot. So that, I'll insert like a picture of it if I have one. But that plus Urban Decay's Lost in the Outer Corner is one of my favorites. Just in general, Lost is a beautiful warm brown with a lot of shimmer in it. It's really fun to incorporate into look. Let's move on to eyeliner. Eyeliner, I kind of realized recently, is my product that I just hoard. I have so many eyeliners, so it was hard for me to narrow it down, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I picked as my very favorites. I'll start with pencil, because pencil liners are in fact my favorite kind. The one I'm wearing on my waterline today is my favorite black for sure. This is the L'Oreal Carbon Black Infallible Pencil. The Infallible line is just great if you're looking for a liner to really stay put. And this pencil liner, it's automatic, which I actually prefer pencil liners that are, you know, sharpening kind, but it's alright. I still really like this. It stays in place as well or better than anything I've used. And for some reason, I feel like it really brings out my eye color, which I don't usually find is true with black liners, but this one I really do like. So that is my favorite black pencil liner. I have a couple of Prestige liners I really like. This is the Prestige Waterproof in Teakwood. This one's just a very, very warm brown. In fact, I wouldn't recommend it for photography, because it does make your eyes appear a little red, but I love this just to pop lighter colored eyes. It's beautiful, and it does stay in place, again, really well. Another one by them that I really like is the Prestige Total Intensity Eyeliner. So it's a different line. This one's creamier and not technically waterproof, but I do find it doesn't smudge a whole lot. This one's Powerful Purple. I've used it a lot, but it's a dark blackened purple, and I really love this for an eyeliner that's not black, but still gives you a very dramatic look. So that's really nice. Now moving into gel liner, a whole line of liners that I like is the Infallible Liqueur liners. This one's the blackest black. I also have the navy and the espresso. These just are really great. I use them in my waterline a lot at the start of this school year, but the reason I kind of stopped was because I didn't like to clean the brushes that often, so it made it difficult, which is why I do prefer pencil liners. But these stay in place in your waterline and on your lash line great, and I really like them, so I really do recommend these. Now for liquid, my favorite would have to be what I'm wearing today on the upper lash line, the L'Oreal Linear Intense. This one is Earth and Rock Brown. I do prefer a brown liner on myself, but the Carbon Black is really great for a black liquid liner. I'm not one to wear black liquid liner hardly ever, so that's why the brown's more of my favorite, but a lot of people like black liquid liner, and especially this particular line because it's a felt tip liner. and very easy to use, even for someone who's liner challenged like myself. So this is great. Last thing for eyes before I move on is actually false lashes. I just in general like them. My very favorites are the Eylure 035s. I'll try to remember to insert a picture of me wearing them. They're just very natural looking, but still give your lashes a little oomph, which I love. I'm very loyal to a few brands of lip products, which is why for these categories I'm going to talk about overall lines of products versus specific colors, because you know, everyone has their color preference. Like some people like nudes, some people like dark colors. I'm personally more of a mid-tone kind of girl. My overall favorite lip product definitely has to be the ELIXIRS by Maybelline. They are brand new, as in like a month or so ago, but I really just have been obsessed with them and have hardly used anything but, I say that but I'm not wearing one today, but most days I've worn these since I got them, and I think I should have posted the review a few days ago, so check that out if you're interested in a full review and lip swatches of all of the ones I own. These aren't all of them, but I really love the Maybelline ELIXIRS. For an actual like lipstick format, my favorite by far are the CoverGirl ones. I have a whole video swatching all the ones I own if you're interested. This one is the one I'm wearing right now called Smitten. And I only have this one on me right now, but I do own a lot of them. I just find them nice, and they're thin enough so they're easy to put on and comfortable to wear. And they're buildable, which is nice, because like the Maybelline lipsticks are really nice and pigmented, but they're kind of thick. I prefer a thinner lipstick. So the CoverGirl lipsticks, they have a nice line of colors, and I really like them for a lipstick. For a color more in like these fat, chubby forms that are so popular, my favorite that I've tried are the Revlon Just Been Kissable Balm Stains. It's funny because after all the brands that copy them, I still think they're my favorites, and I did get a lot of use of these back earlier in the year before the ELIXIRS came out, because I just like a balm type format of color and not like a lip butter. I'm not really a big fan of those. This one is Charm. It's a really nice peachy nude. I also really like the ones in Honey and Darling, I think. Those are my favorite ones that I have, but I have a lot of these as well. I really like these for a quick way to just pop on some color that is nice and moisturizing. And then for glosses, my favorite line, I think you probably know, because I think it's the only glosses I've really used this year. That's not true, but mostly are the Maybelline Color Sensational lip glosses. These are very thick and creamy, and the colors are pretty gorgeous. This one I love. It's Mirrored Mauve. I like to wear this one on its own, and all of them are pigmented enough that I find you can wear them on their own, but I really like to wear them over lipsticks as well. So the Maybelline Color Sensational glosses, also great makeup brushes, and by far overall the Real Techniques brushes are my favorites. On my face, literally, I think all I use is Real Techniques brushes. I especially love the stippling brush for blending out any creamy products on my face, like concealer or foundation. And then for powder, every day I use the Real Techniques, oh wow, it's completely rubbed off, but I think it's the Multitask brush. And then recently they came out with the Duo Fiber collection, which I really love for applying bronzer. And then for my eyes, the only Real Techniques brush I actually own, I want to get more, but is the Dome Shadow Brush, and I use this to blend out my eyeshadow every single day, as you've seen in tutorials. So Real Techniques brushes are really affordable, and I love them. They're very soft and very easy to use, so really recommend those. Okay, so that is my finished Golden Vanities year-end favorites for 2013. It really means that these things I talked about were such favorites that I did not feel the need to go out and buy things to replace them, because I really loved the ones I had, and I'm really excited for 2014. Like I said, let me know any of your favorites below. I'm always up to hear suggestions, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed my videos in 2013. I know they were less frequent towards the end of the year, but hopefully I can keep up a fairly regular schedule this coming year. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you all in 2014. Bye!